Why do you remember at school, when we were at school, we were told to write essays? Why were we told to do? Because this is the answer why writing is so important.
I think that for me, that's the really big thing. So I do a lot of work with journaling. I journal a lot myself. I encourage my clients to journal. I write guided journals because I think some people are really intimidated to start journaling by looking at a blank notebook and not knowing where to start. And again, kind of, how do I make this feel meaningful or wonderful or beautiful? So guided journals kind of, for me, get people started on that journey. But one of the reasons I like the notebook and pen approach is because, particularly with younger people, our online personality is entirely curated. It is a space where we put forward our best version of ourselves, not our most vulnerable or honest version. And it seems to me that it's a pen and paper and being offline is the space where we can, or where we need to be fully open and honest with ourselves and explore all of those, defining what things mean to us as opposed to what we want other people to think about us.
Why do you remember at school, when we were at school, we were told to write essays? Why were we told to do? Because this is the answer why writing is so important. When we write, we learn to think. Because what we think in our head is mostly disorganized. We got about 60,000 thoughts a day, most of them repetitive. But when you have to put them on paper in a way that someone else will need to understand it, so it has to be cohesive, it has to be, simple enough, you need to use the right words, you need to have the sentences, it has to have a rhythm. This is where your thinking, like a muscle, gets practice. And that's why writing works for me, and that's why I suggest to people to write. I know it's hard.
One of the big things is that I don't, there are no rules about writing or journaling. I think, again, it's that outcome. What are we trying to achieve by doing this? And to your point, for me, it's the slowing down the thinking, being able to, in that reflection of how we're thinking and what we're thinking, being able to identify patterns and being able to link ideas that might not otherwise be linked in the chaos of the way we normally think and the hijacking of subsequent ideas, that with so many things going through our minds at any given point in time, it's very easy not to follow a thought to conclusion and not to be able to kind of see where it goes. And likewise, to your point around the looking back on things, I've looked back on some of my writing and gone, holy moly, I cannot believe I was living through that or putting up with that, or I didn't notice how bad this pattern was. And it allows me then to, again, feel empowered in the decisions I've made and motivated to continue following whatever that path is, even if it feels challenging at a time, because I can very quickly see what the process was that drove me down that path. So it's that kind of continual reflection and I guess ongoing learning about others and self and whatever content, because like you, I'm kind of always reading and learning about new things that we integrate into our own daily practice or use to add value to the people we work with.